Hello, welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with the most important events of the day. I am your host, İlham Məmmədov. President İlham Əliyev addressed a letter of condolences to the Vice President, Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates and Emir of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, in regards to the death of prominent state figure, President of the UAE, Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The letter of condolences states that Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, who has been the leader of the nation and set an example of boundless loyalty to his country in all his life and activity, was a person of great reputation internationally. He had exceptional services in the development and expansion of friendship and cooperation relations between Azerbaijan and the UAE. In his letter, the head of state extended his condolences to the family of Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan and to the people of the UAE. President Ilham Əliyev also addressed a letter of condolences to the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Deputy Supreme Commander of the United Arab Emirates Armed Forces, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, noting that he was deeply saddened to hear the news of the death of the President of the United Arab Emirates. The head of state stressed in the letter addressed to his brother that Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, who has served with dignity his entire life to his native country, gained the people's love and respect. The bright memories about him will always live in their hearts. President Ilham Əliyev extended his condolences to the family of Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan and friendly people of the UAE on this irreplaceable loss. The Eden of our motherland is magnificent. The Xarıbılbıl flower grows in it. The symbol of the Second Karabakh War, Xarıbılbıl flower, which has become immortalized with the victory of Azerbaijan, is an icon of the nature of Shusha. The brilliant victory achieved in the patriotic war put an end to another longing of ancient Shusha. The cultural capital of Azerbaijan once more time hosted Xarıbılbıl Music Festival.
44-day war put an end to the 30 years of Armenian occupation. Reconstruction and restoration works unfolded at an accelerated pace at the liberated territories following the tremendous victory. Huge projects are being realized to restore the historic appearance of Shusha, Azerbaijan's cultural capital. Holding the Xarıbılbıl Festival and other events in Shusha at the Cıdırdığı plain after many years is an unprecedented contribution to the promotion of historical, moral and cultural heritage of our people in the world and passing it to the next generations.
Azərbaycan xalqına Şuşa müjdəsini verərkən demişdim ki,
telling the people of Azerbaijan the good news about Shusha, I said that Shusha is already free, and it is true. We have gathered in free Shusha. I said that we'll return to Shusha, and this is also true. Festivals, poetry days, cultural events, and many other events already being held and will continue to be held. I said that we will revive Shusha, and this is happening. We are reviving Shusha.
Yaşasın Şuşa, yaşasın Qarabağ, yaşasın Azərbaycan.
Noting the importance of holding the Xarıbılbıl Festival again in Shusha, the head of state, by his executive order dated May 7, 2021, declared the city the cultural capital of the country. Thus, the days of Wagif poetry and the Xarıbılbıl Festival were restored. In the same year, the festival was again organized in the cultural capital. The representation of the cultures of all the minorities living in Azerbaijan at the festival showed that multiculturalism and tolerance have become an uncontested way of life in our country, where national and cultural diversity has been formed for centuries and representatives of various nationalities live in peace and mutual understanding. This wonderful tradition, revived last year, continues. These days, Shusha hosts Xarıbılbıl, the 5th International Folklore Festival. The event, organized by the Ministry of Culture, the Ederliyev Foundation and the State Reserve of the city of Shusha, is attended by folklore and dance bands from different regions of Azerbaijan, as well as from 10 countries. This is also confirmation that Shusha is a place that unites the cultures of the peoples of the world. This means that the Xarıbılbıl International Folklore Festival in Shusha goes beyond the borders of Azerbaijan and sends significant messages to the region and the world. Shusha, the pearl of Karabakh and the cultural capital of Azerbaijan, embodies the ancient history of our country. The city is the center of our national culture, the cradle of our poetry and music. The restoration, revival of Shusha, the return of its historical appearance means the revival of the beating heart of Karabakh, the cultural center of the region. It is also the restoration of national pride, self-consciousness, culture, and art and history, a return to the stage of ascendance. All this is just the beginning. From now on, holidays in Azerbaijan will follow each other. Changes in the ancient land of fire are yet to come. The Xarıbılbıl Music Festival is a harbinger of these happy days.
The next plenary meeting of the spring session of the Milli Majlis was held. The agenda of the meeting included 20 issues: amendments to the law on cultural capital of Azerbaijan, Shusha, the draft amendments to the Town Planning and Construction Code, the law on entrepreneurship, protection of historical and cultural monuments, labor pensions, law on social benefits and the labor code were discussed in the third reading. A number of bills were considered in the second and first readings. Strategic cooperation between Azerbaijan and Turkey has always existed, and the Shusha Declaration is one of the most important steps in this direction. The Russian-Ukrainian war, the confrontation between the West and Russia, and the processes on the other flank, the South and East, makes necessary to further strengthen our relations with Turkey. These views were voiced at the conference titled Shusha Declaration in the 30th anniversary of Azerbaijani-Turkish diplomatic relations.
A conference titled Shusha Declaration and the 30th Anniversary of Azerbaijan-Turkey Diplomatic Relations in Baku emphasized that the Shusha Declaration covers military, political and humanitarian issues. Farid Shafiev, chairman of the Center of Analysis of International Relations, said that a new vision is needed for regional cooperation. Thus, the complicated geopolitical situation has provided new opportunities for Azerbaijan, and interest in Azerbaijani gas in Europe has been revived. The issue of Azerbaijan is in Qarabağ was also touched upon. It was noted that Azerbaijan's position is clear, while the Armenian side is trying to add new provisions to the discussions and revive the status issue.
April ayında daha müspet signallar geldi.
Positive signals came in April. At the end of April, Armenia tried to change the agenda. I hope we will continue the dialogue. The efforts to bring the so-called Nagorno-Karabakh issue to the agenda will fail. This is an internal matter of Azerbaijan. We will not discuss it on any international platform.
Ufuk Ulutaş, director of the Center for Strategic Studies of the Turkish Foreign Minister, said that the Karabakh victory provided new opportunities not only for Azerbaijan but also for the region, noting that Turkey is in the close contact with Azerbaijan in the process of normalization of relations with Armenia. Ulutaş also drew attention to the country's close partnership and the construction work in the liberated territories. The speakers touched on the significance of the Shusha Declaration and praised Turkey's diplomatic and moral support to Azerbaijan. The efforts of Azerbaijan and Turkey in resolving the Russian-Ukrainian conflict were hailed. Political and military relations between Turkey and Azerbaijan, as well as energy, transport and economic relations were discussed at the panels organized after the conference.
Infrastructure projects are being implemented in the liberated territories. Construction of Horadiz Cebrail Zengilan Ağband Highway, the foundation of which was laid by presidents of Azerbaijan and Turkey, is rapidly continuing.
Horadiz Cebrail Zengilan Ağband Road, which takes its beginning from the village of Ahmetli in Füzuli, is being built in accordance with the first technical category. First 77 kilometers of the road will have 6 lanes, and the remaining 46 kilometers and 600 meters 4 lanes. In accordance with the project, 3 roads, tunnels with a total length of 6 kilometers are under construction along the road. Drilling of the first tunnel has been completed. At present, concrete work is underway. Drilling of these tunnels is carried out with the use of blasting and drilling methods.
The Horadiz Cebrail Zengilan Ağband Highway is part of the Hacıgabul Horadiz Ağband Zengezur corridor and is of great importance in terms of connecting Zengilan with other regions of Azerbaijan and the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. According to the requirements of the construction norms and rules, the construction work carried out under the supervision of the leadership of the Azerbaijan Avtomobil Yolları State Agency is planned to be completed in 2024.
Construction of 15 road bridges, 5 overpasses and 54 underpasses is also envisaged in the Horadiz Cebrail Zengilan Ağband Highway with a total length of 123 kilometers and 600 meters.
That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.